Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got in a newer release flashlight from Nextorch to take a look at. This is the TA22. They're calling this a tactical penlight, and I'm actually really excited to get this one in. I have carried penlights for years and years. Carried this Preon P2 for probably 5 years. And then probably the last 3 or 4 years, I've carried this little Streamlight MicroStream USB. And I currently own probably close to 400 flashlights, and I've had thousands of flashlights. And without a doubt, this little guy here gets used more than any other light that I own. And this TA22 looks to be pretty awesome, and I'm hoping that it replaces the Streamlight as my EDC pocket light. So stick around if you're interested in learning about it. We'll do a quick unboxing, go over all the features and specifications, go over the user interface, give you guys some beam shots, and then give some thoughts at the end. So Nextorch always has really good retail packaging. Their stuff just looks really nice. As we can see, it's 850 lumens. We're going to have multiple modes. It's powered by a 10880 battery. Here's some of our output levels. Getting some more information back here. We'll kind of go over all this stuff, but just wanted to show you the packaging before I pull this out here. Alright, looks like everything's out. So what do we have here? Got the light itself. And then looks like we have like a wrist lanyard, a USB-A to Type-C charging cable, and the manual. And I assume that there's a battery in the flashlight already. I will quickly show you the manual just in case you purchase this light and then lose your manual. You can always come back to this video for reference. It looks like it has a 5-year warranty on the light itself, and then a 1-year warranty on the battery that comes with it. So here is the TA22. Give you guys some close-ups. Does have a one direction pocket clip. Feels pretty stout. It's made out of 6061 aluminum. It's drop tested to 2 meters. And also it's IPX8 water resistant, so it is fully submersible. We are looking at an overall length of 5.84 inches with a head diameter of around 0.6 inches. And total weight, again with that battery in it, we're at 2.1 ounces. I know I keep talking about it, but let's make sure there is a battery in here. And yeah, so it is branded. Again, a 10880, 650 milliamp hours. So this is a 3.7 volt battery, and for those of you that don't know, when this is fully charged, it's 4.2 volts. So one might think that you could take some 10440s and stack them in there to use as a replacement battery. You could not do that, because stack like this is going to give you 8.4 volts in these two batteries. That's way too much for a light that's designed for 4.2 volts. You might also think, well, what about using just some like AAA batteries? Because that's all this is basically the size is 2 AAA batteries stacked in here like this. Well, you can't use these either, because these together is only 3 volts. And it's not safe to put low voltage in something that's designed for something around 4 volts. So only use a 10880 battery. And I don't know if Nextorch sells replacements of these batteries, but there for sure are other companies that sell 10880s. And finally on the battery, there is the USB-C port, and that's how you will charge it. The body of this TA22 is actually really thick, square threads, O-ring sealed. Seems like it's really well made. Very smooth. So the TA22 has 2 modes. You have tactical and duty. There's also a lockout mode, which I have it in right now. This is designed to be able to basically switch between the modes with one hand with ease. You don't have to like hit a bunch of buttons a bunch of times to switch between the modes. It's literally just spinning it to one spot or spinning it to the other spot. This lock mode does exactly what you think it does. Basically locks the flashlight so that nothing happens when you push the button. So in the duty mode, we're going to have a low, medium, high. It's always going to come on in the low setting, which is 15 lumens, and that runs for 15 hours. Again, momentary or constant. So I can basically push here for that 15 lumens, and then I could let up for the momentary. Or if I want, I can just fully click it and leave it there on that 15 lumens. To switch to the higher outputs, it's just like a half press of the switch here. And that medium is 150 lumens. That will go for about 2 hours on a fully charged battery. And then if we want to get the highest setting, again, just kind of half press. And that is 850 lumens. Try to show you guys the hot spot there. And that'll go for about an hour or so. And then it would just repeat back to that low, would be the next one. So from off, if you know you're going to need that highest setting, you can kind of like half press a few times and then stop on the highest one. You don't have to click it on and then go through it. You can kind of like pre-stage it. And we'll switch over to tactical mode next. Tactical, you can only get momentary, but you're going to have the momentary full 850 lumens and then also a momentary strobe of also 850 lumens. So it's going to be a half press to have just the normal 850 lumens, and then it's a full press for the strobe. So if you are sensitive to flashing lights, you can look away for the next minute. But again, just half press is going to give us that full 850 lumens. And then the full press gives us that really nice strobe. And then when you let off, it's off. So I'll show that again. Half press, 850 lumens. Full press, strobe. No way to leave either of those on in tactical mode. So on the back of the box, it says that there's a battery status indicator, and then also on the website, it kind of tells you what the different color lights mean. I looked through the manual and I don't see anything on here about a battery indicator light. When I switch this to the lock mode, I do get a red light. So I'm assuming that that's probably the battery status indicator. I thought it was maybe just to let you know that you're in the lockout mode, but I'm going to get this battery charged up and then we'll see if that changes to the different colors. If it does, these are what they mean. If we get a blue, we're somewhere between 75 and 100%. Flashing blues 50 to 75. Red that we're on now 25 to 50. And flashing red is less than 25%. So I charge up that battery, and now when I switch it to the lock position, you can see it is a steady blue. So if you want to know what your battery status is, just flip it over to the lock position. Alright, try to show you the TA22 in a mostly dark room. It's going to be on the low first. And as you can see, even that low 15 lumens can pretty easily light up a room. We'll go up to the medium next. And obviously a huge bump up in power. And then up to that 850 lumens. And finally I'll do the strobe, so if you're sensitive to that, look away again. Try to give you guys a couple examples of the Nextorch outside. We'll just kind of go right into the highest setting with it. From where I'm standing right now, there's a row of trees that's about 60 feet away. We'll see what they look like here. Go up a little higher, there we go. Very good performance out of a little pen light. Well, hopefully seeing those nighttime shots was somewhat beneficial for you. Also want to show you guys what it looks like in a pocket. So you do have, that much sticking up out. Comes down to about right there. And just for comparison, that's the little stream light that I usually carry. So I've only had to slide about a week and a half, so this is definitely not a long-term review. But so far, I really like it. I'm super impressed with the performance of this. Something so small and skinny that can shine so bright and throw that beam. I mean, it's like the length of a football field. I like that it has these different modes and how easy it is to switch between them. I didn't really talk about it earlier in the video, but it does have a crenulated bezel, almost like a strike bezel. And then it does have like a ceramic glass breaker beads there on the top of it as well. Also like the fact that it has that battery status indicator on it, so you kind of always know the condition of your battery. If there were a couple things I could change, the first thing would be I would like a bi-directional pocket clip on it. I don't think it's too heavy that you could put this on a hat, but as it's set up right now with the one direction, you can't. And I would also like it to be slightly deeper. If you can see where the clip starts here, it comes out and then basically almost immediately turns 90 degrees. Whereas something like this, it comes out and then it comes back up before it makes a loop and comes back down. And I think they could do that and still not interfere with this switch at all, but bring this up, just that much further before it curves back down. Because I personally don't like that much sticking up out of my pocket. And I know this is also designed for like police officers and EMTs and stuff like that. And if you put this on the outside of your vest, you do need something to grab onto to be able to, pull it out of your vest. But I think even if this came up, you could still grab onto the sides of that easily to pull that out. I also wish that in the duty mode that it had mode memory. As it is now, it comes on in that low setting every single time. Even if I go up to the highest setting and shut it off, doesn't matter if I wait a minute, an hour, a day, whatever, and I turn it back on, I'm always in that low. I actually use the medium setting more than anything, and it only takes a second to bump up to it. But it would just be nice if I could leave that on there, and then every time I turn it on, I'm in the medium. And I guess one other small complaint, and this is just me being nitpicky, is that the rear switch, you have to kind of push it kind of far. Like if I push it like this, it actually doesn't do anything at all. And then I have to go beyond, you can kind of see where the switch is right there. I have to go beyond that. And then finally, as I continue to push, it'll finally come on. So you do have to push, and it's a good thing so you don't have like accidental turn-ons or anything like that in your pocket. But I do wish it was a little more responsive. So again, I'll go back to this one, and there's like a lot of tension on it, but almost as soon as you press on it, it is there. And I don't know if there's like a spring under there exactly or what, but I do wish it was a little bit firmer. But again, overall, I think it's an absolutely incredible little light, and I would definitely recommend it. So as far as pricing, these are coming in at $70. They're available on Amazon. They're available on Nextorch's website. I'll leave an Amazon link down in the video description. And that may seem a little high for a pen light. Trust me when I say there's really nothing else available on the market that's like this Nextorch right now. Even this Prion here, I paid like $50 for this one, and it was probably like, I don't even know, like 10 years ago. So obviously prices go up on stuff. And this did not include any type of batteries or anything. Whereas this one, you're getting a really high quality 10880. And I don't know any other pen lights that have that tactical feature that allow you to go straight to that highest output and then also directly to the strobe. It's a really nice feature to have. You know, the great thing about having a flashlight is that you can take it just about anywhere with you. whereas there's other self-defense tools that you cannot, airplanes and sporting events and government buildings and whatever it might be. A flashlight, I take mine everywhere with me. And even if it's not for self-defense, just having the ability to see in the dark is so useful. And I know that most of our cell phones have lights on them nowadays, but it doesn't compare to the brightness. Your cell phone's maybe like 30 or 40 lumens at the most. And this is, 800 plus lumens. There's no comparison. But like I said earlier, I will leave a link to this down in the video description in case you guys want to find out more information or pick one up. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it.